Hello and welcome back. I'm Shelf Unit and this is my continuing Let's Play of Underrail. So, we have to go to F4 and negotiate the Professor's release, if possible. I assume it is possible. I'm going to get... Gonna quick save. How do I get... I don't understand. I don't. Fair enough. I have to go on my old crappy machine. Where are we? We're in D5. Now we are in C5. Now we are in D4. I can't even lockpick in that. So this must be E5. So this will be F5, which means that this will be F4. Razor. Man addresses you with a gravelly voice of deeply sinuous character. Right on time, banger. Are you leading these people? That'll be Captain Grimm. I'm one of his lieutenants. You're pirates, right? Is this banger yanking my jet or what? You're talking to the Grim Jetters, the fiercest pirates who ever sailed the waters of South Underrail. You got anything of value? You better take the train. Ah ha ha! He chuckles. We ain't afraid of anyone, and that includes Aegis Incorporated. What have you done to the... I'm here to negotiate. Take me to your captain. We've been expecting your chief. But whatever, I'll take you to the captain, but I'm going to blindfold ye first. I'm navigating straight into a... pirate stuff. I accept the blindfold, but I get to keep my weapons. You got that? Captain says you can keep them gay. Just put them away. Am I jet ski? Well, bring it along with us. Don't want to let it drift away somewhere now, don't we? Let's go. Okay. We might as well do this first. Wearing a blindfold is indisputably one disorienting and unsettling experience. Still, having your vision suspended results in your unimprisoned senses becoming more reactive to the world around you as if to provide you with sufficient information. I believe that's an urban myth. First thing you hear after being blindfolded is the sound of jet skis cutting mercilessly through the waves of the Black Sea. Then you hear what sounds like a massive gate opening in the distance. As you approach the source of that sound, you hear the various voices dancing around you, close and far, becoming more and more pronounced as the machines brought you to them have at last embraced silence. Excuse me. After stepping onto solid ground made of grated metal, judging by its feel and sound, you smell food. Crab, fish, spices, and some less appetizing dishes. You also smell gunpowder, sweat, dirty socks, dog excrement, gasoline, electrolyte, and a myriad of other odours, all mixed together. You smell a human settlement, and you're walking, or being tugged more accurately, right through it. Voices follow you, but only up until you climb a flight of stairs and step into an unstable, echoing place. Hand lowers your head so that you don't hit something whilst entering the building. That's nice. Your nose has been treated with rather insalubrious smell since you arrived to this community, so it comes as a bit of a surprise when you come into a room filled with some kind of herbal fragrance, one you can't exactly identify. The occasional alcoholic notes linger in the air. You're able to recognise easily, though, as well as the smell of a live bat. You hear the door closing behind you, and you step on soft carpet. The person which led you here steps to the right of you, yet you feel another close presence to your left as well. And then, after a moment of silence, you hear the third participant just in front of you. Remove her blindfold. Voice is male, somewhat higher in pitch and darker in quality, smooth and clear for a slight lisp that you might not have even noticed in a more normal sensory state. Without delay, the person on the left touches you. Hold still, ye! I'm Captain Cadmus Grimm. Welcome to my ship. The 2 men are my lieutenants. Razor you've already met, and the gentleman to your left is Cruiser. A deep voice disturbs the bandana as it passes through it. Try any funny stuff for a captain, and I'll give ye some of the smile I got on me bandana. Wide and fleshless. Now, Cruiser, this person is no dry-fit thug. She came here as a negotiator. His eyes shift to you, but I need his advice if I were you. I'm Sarian Star, Major Incorporated Sec Trooper. Well, from Southgate Station. Southgate, interesting, and I feel we'll understand each other better, being that you're one of the locals. Professor is safe. The other 2, the Sec Trooper and the Fat One, have succumbed to the wounds they received during the fight. We had to abandon them in the tunnel, which is now, well, an expansion to the underwater habitat. I know Larry was one of your guys. I had no doubts about it, but I did not lie to you. He had been shot by a trooper, right in the neck. He bled out in less than a minute. Professor, however, is just a little shaken up. Shaken up but unharmed. All of that could change at any moment, of course, depending on your actions. As long as you and your comrades keep things civil, no further blood will be shed. Blood's not in our interest, even though a lot of it's been shed so far. Which is entirely your fault. This expedition of yours has brought a lot of trouble, not only to us, but them as well. You invade someone else's territory armed and dangerous, flaunting your disregard for anyone's interest but your own. What did you expect in return? Hospitality? Tolerance? Not only of your patrols confined us here, but the tribesmen, the scalers, which you agitated, are all over the Black Sea now, more keen on drinking human blood than the mother's milk. You people have kicked the hive, so to speak. All your might and awakened a swarm that threatens to devour anything that gets in its way. Simply put, you've raised hell. You've raised the hell gut, and we had to intervene. Well, I can't say I condone the way in which you interfered. I understand what led you to act like that. Now I know I'll do my best in trying to reach an agreement that will satisfy both sides. It's good to hear. Tell me, why exactly did you kidnap the Professor? Do you simply want us to leave, or is it something else you want? But pirates. My friend, we don't want things, we take them. But sometimes things are outside of our reach, no matter how close they might appear. Thus, it is not the question of what we want from you, but rather what you can offer us in exchange for your beloved Professor. Of course, you understand me? You have a nice cabin here. I see you managed to collect quite a few intriguing items. Thank you. I appreciate the compliment. Do you happen to recognize anything? Well, gee, the first thing I noticed was the vampire bat you have in that cage over there. It's a beautiful specimen indeed, but I don't seem to be able to identify what species it is. It's a growling vampire bat. They were named by some of my predecessors due to their unrestrained vocal habits. They only seem to live here and above the Black Sea. They strike out of the darkness silently and suddenly, so they may gorge on their victims' lifeblood to their heart's content, before disappearing whence they came. They've grown to become my favourite animals, I have to admit. How much money would be enough for you to release the Professor? If money was all I wanted, you would have received a ransom note, simple and to the point. Listen, you seem to be missing an important thing here. Something that has sparked my interest since the moment Aegis came here. The purpose of your expedition. I've been living here amongst these ruins for years, yet know very little about the rests inside. Now you're here trying to open them. But you've entered the fort through an evacuation tunnel. Yes, but only one entrance to the tunnel was accessible before you arrived. What you're doing here was never in question. You're digging through these abandoned, dilapidated facilities scattered across the Hell's Gut. An expedition like this is an extreme risk. It devours lives and money like a voracious sea serpent. The kind of effort can only come from someone who knows, not thinks knows he's going to get something really freaking good out of it. You ain't scavenging for random pieces of tech and museum material. You're after something specific, and I want to know what it is. The Professor was rather unresponsive, as expected, but in all honesty, we didn't even try persuading him to speak. You, on the other hand, you seem a bit more talkative. Maybe there is something I can do to help. I'm all ears. My role in this whole expedition is rather limited, so perhaps I cannot give you what you really want. Still, I can offer you information on everything we've uncovered so far. How we got inside, what we found, our conclusions, all of what I will share with you once Professor Oldfield has been released. I like the sound of it. I'm primarily interested in how you actually managed to enter the facilities, but more on that later. These negotiations went well. Perhaps we can even help each other. Some of the facilities lie in your territory. Perhaps we can help you unlock some of them, if you were to grant us free passage. Well, I do have some, how should I say, issues with allowing armed security troopers to roam our borders freely. How about just one sec trooper? You let me pass, perhaps a few unarmed labourers, if needed. That's all we really need. He ponders for a moment. Yes, it's possible, but we'll get to it later. Can I see the Professor? Can I at least talk to him to make sure he's still alive? Helps negotiations go smoother if one knows the person she's bargaining for is still amongst the living. You have a point. He produces a radio. Fillinger, do you read? Put the Professor on. After a moment of silence, you hear the Professor's voice coming from the device. This is Professor Oldfield. It's me, Sir Evenstar. Can you hear me? Oh, Sir Evenstar. I'm glad to hear a familiar voice. They're here to hurt you, Professor? I'm all right. I've not been hurt. Stay strong, Professor. You'll be out of there in no time. I hope so, Sir Evenstar. I'll mark your words. That will be all, Professor. He then puts away the radio. As you can hear, the Professor is indeed alive. Let us return to our negotiations now. Tell me about the savages and your relations. We're not allies. We have separate communities. And we stay out of each other's way. Most of Hell's Gut is theirs. But these southeastern waters, the whole bay, in fact, is our bay. Pirate Bay. That's good enough for us. They never contested it after we came. They don't even come near our base. How come? They were violent towards us since the beginning. I told you, we stay out of each other's way. You invaded their territory, disturbed them, maybe even slaying their beloved serpents. Who knows? Now you're injecting trouble. But we might be in trouble too, as well. They came awfully close to our border when they were surrounding your island, and that never happened before. Dangerous. Now they're furious. Anything could happen. You guys killed 2 of our sect troopers. There were 3. What happened to the 3rd one? We killed 3 troopers. The 3rd one followed us into the tunnel, even though he was bleeding heavily. In fact, he was the one who got shot, who shot our insider. For he himself received a terminal dose of lead. His body was left in the tunnel. He's now fish chop. I have to give him to him, though. He was a brave man. I presume you take issue with our presence near the entrance, or in your case, exit from the Black Sea. Great issue at first, but patience is one of the virtues, especially when it comes to people like us. Impatience brings failure. Patience brings reward. I'd be telling a lie, though, if I said your arrival hasn't thrown a massive wrench into our plans. But as long as we, you and I, make a good deal, we can afford to be patient even further. Moreover, even if you do agree to removing your patrols from the Jaws, there is the issue of whether they'll stay away, and the fact that your camp is so close to the Jaws is another thing that bothers me. Not something you should worry about. We'll send all our patrols to different routes, and you'll have free passage through the Jaws. Works even better for us. We can now focus on the savages instead of worrying about you. That is, if you promise to leave us alone. We have a deal. Good, we're making progress. I'd like to ask a few questions about your pirate community here. Do you honestly think I'd answer them? Especially now I have all the reasons to suspect you might be buying time for something. He observes you suspiciously. Move on. We came to the expedition well prepared. Maybe there are things in our camp we could offer you. I'm listening. We have weapons, ammo, and explosive. I'm sure you can put it to good use. It's true. How much you offer me exactly? I can offer you a quarter of our total supply. It doesn't sound like much, but once we start unloading, you'll be wondering where you were going to store all the stuff. I like the sound of that. We're making progress. We have high-tech personal equipment, night vision goggles, personnel, energy shields, and other high-tech components. I can offer you a quarter of that stuff. I like the sound of that. We're making progress. Jet skis, quarter. Medication, quarter. And what I offer my... How do you like my offer? So you're offering weapons, high-tech equipment, medical supplies, jets, removal of your patrol jets from the Jaws, information about the ruins in exchange for Professor Oldfield's freedom. Yes. In that case, I accept. First things first, the information you promised. Tell him what you know. After listening carefully to what you have to say, occasionally smiling and rubbing his beard with delight, he leans back into his chair and stares at the ceiling. Interested, real interested. He shifts his eyes from the ceiling to you, but you only know so much. Now concerning that free passage through our territory. Your suggestion sounds acceptable. You and only you will have unrestricted passage through our territory. Consider that a bonus for successful negotiations. And the labourers? I might need a few extra hands over there. No extra hands. What if we pay the toll each time I bring someone? Would that be acceptable? Very well, but no harm then. I reserve the right to withdraw my hospitality at any time. Deal. What remains now is that you contact your camp and deliver us everything you promised. After that, the professor will be yours. Okay, we got a deal! Probably a poorish one, but a quarter of everything in the camp I'd say is okay. Poor. It's over. It's finally over. And we managed to avoid bloodshed and giving away too much for your freedom, Professor. All thanks to Sir Evenstall's negotiating skills. Well, that was all right, I suppose. Things could have been so much worse, all things considered. Chief turns to you, the austerity in his eyes, while still present, lacks the razor-sharp edge it used to have. Professor back with us. Well done, Sir Evenstall. But the danger's not over yet. You must excuse me. I need to get back to my sect troopers. Before leaving the hands, he hands you a key to a jet ski. You earned it. Professor, Sir Evenstall. Woohoo! Goodness me, I could really use some rest. It's been a long day. There is something, if it's not a bother. No, go ahead. I have a report to make about Crimson Meadow, a massive horticulture centre. Explain to him what you discovered. You managed to convey the brooding atmosphere of the horticulture centre so perfectly that the professor remains speechless for a good half a minute after you finish speaking. He speaks after this pause. By the caverns, this is unbelievable, Sir Evenstall. The vegetation, the insects, the pesticide. Amazing, truly amazing, but one of the most important things is that you managed to find that dispatch console. They need to be the key to discovering the locations of Lemurian facilities. Excellent work, Sir Evenstall. See markers about your well-earned bonus. I'll contact you as soon as I have a new task for you. Any new discoveries? Right now we have a very good idea about how the Lemurians lived. Tell me about their way of life. Most of the population resided in a place called the Citadel of Life, which is this immense and beautiful complex of structures built in these cliffs overlooking the bay south of here, where the pirates are now. It comprised various sections: residential, shopping, entertainment, theatres, concerts, and holographic halls. They lived there in great comfort and enjoyed the highest forms of artistic and cultural enlightenment, while they worked in the facilities scattered across the Black Sea, which would, to be perfectly honest, were hardly void of these luxuries themselves. But the Citadel was vulnerable, and the most vulnerable complex in the Black Sea, and was absolutely demolished during the attack. You've by now seen those southeastern cliffs there. They're fractured and riddled with craters. He bows, shakes his head. Biocorp ships fired mercilessly until every section of the Citadel collapsed into the water. Goodness me, they spared nothing. But speaking of vulnerabilities, there is still one major flaw, if you will, that most facilities share, and that's the existence of ventilation systems. You see, the NFT are the means of maintaining proper internal atmosphere without the use of ventilation shafts. Oxygen generators provide breathable air by using either liquid or solid fuel. Carbon dioxide this sounds familiar. We've read it before. It was absorbed by scrubbers. Excess carbon monoxide and hydrogen from oxygen generation was passed through heated catalysts, etc. You get the picture. The facilities had everything they needed to function in complete isolation. Yeah. Ventilation system seems to have existed in case of fires and other kinds of large-scale air contamination. Whether it was necessary or not is not something I'd go into. What ironically did, as we've all seen upon our descent to the Arch Island Keep, was that it allowed Biocorp to use their own contaminants against them. Okay, goodbye, Professor. 2,000, 1,500, and 50. And we have an Aegeus Patroller. What do you need? Here to collect my paycheck. 1,300. Wow. Clean those coins well. I saw where he kept it. Ignore him. What does he want? Energy weapon. Okay, well let's go and get some stuff here. Get out of my way. Get out of my way. Well, let's go and find what. Let's see. 5 electronic parts. There's that. And I'll trade it in. Boom. Have you got any more stuff? No more bullets as yet, but that's okay because I've now got a huge upgrade on those bullets. Let's just pop that in there. Come on. Let's put you back. Okay. Let's look and see what we've got here. We need to investigate the nexus of technology. Camps under persistent attacks still. We've done that. We've done this, and we've done that. Right, so what new device? We have an Aegis Patroller. A lot more durable. Than what we had. Ow, a lot quicker as well. Okay. So. We've done the Crimson Horticulture Centre. This is the pirate area. Right, what we have here. Alright, so Arch Island Keep is 6. That's where we are. The Blistering Shores. L12. What's closest? H7 is where we just were. Let's go to the Lemurian. Let's go to the Nexus of Technology. Let's zoom across down here. Where's this? This is F5. This is F6. This is G6. This should be G7. So what we need, is here, H7. Just going through here will tell us. This is H7, yeah. Okay, so that's H. Okay, so that's, yeah. This is. Yeah, we need to. Went all the wrong way around here. Super fast, this thing, and super energy efficient. I6 now. What was in I6? Doesn't matter. Right. Okay. Okay, where are you? You're there. Let's reload. I'll step back a bit. Actually, no, I can't do that in combat. Should have probably put the okay, and I'll reload again. So many bullets. They're far away far enough away, I should say. They don't really pose a threat. It's annoying. That. I'll just reload again. Come on. Really? Of course. Really? Unreal. Okay, let's just move on to you. And now we're done now. Okay, let's mosey on down here. I think it's worth doing this now. Excellent news. Okay, let's reload. getting a little bit potentially problematic on our hit points, but nothing disastrous. Oh! Of course, why would there be... I didn't realise there were any of those things around. Okay, well, let's reload various things and heal ourselves up. Where are we? Right. So if anything can we find there? Nothing of great importance. Take all of them. I'll probably take one of these. No. Well, yeah. I mean, it can't hurt, can it? There's nothing enormously problematic here. Yeah, rotten clam meat is not the way I want to go here. How do we get in there? Let's hack this. Jumping bean we've already got all of. Let's just take all of this. Desk with another touchscreen mobile computer. Dead scientist with some good stuff I can recycle. So many things that could do with being... Come on. Wow. Just wow. I'll take those. No, but now that I know they're there. Fair enough. Okay, we'll come back and go in the get on our journey. I think it's this way. I7. H7 says this way. No, that's the meta thing. Okay. Of course. My God. Right, let's sort you out. At least this thing's got some good armor on it. Ha, of course. No! Jesus fucking wept! Oh, just let me shoot the bastards with this. Come on. Let's reload. Let's reload. Oh my God, they're there, the little assholes. Well, at least we got two of them. Another thing. Can I? Yes. Let's... Of course. Come on. Let's get you. Let's get you. Of course. Of course. Of course. Of course. course. Can I shoot this cunt now? That fucking time. Putting this on. And I can't put that on. So annoying. Ooh, heartbreaker mustachio. Another one? Oh my god. Of course. Load. Let's bandage ourselves up. Yeah, I forgot about the poison. Let's do that. Let's reload here. So oh, come on. How many of these fucking things are there? Where are they? God damn it. More! Time. Okay. I am honestly thinking I'm going to need to go back. More! Jesus. Honestly thinking I'm going to need to go back and get a bunch more repair kits. Because, I mean, yeah, I'm going to have to go back. I can't believe it. Anyway, thank you ever so much for watching. If you've enjoyed, please subscribe. If not, do not worry about it. Thank you again. I'll see you next time when I will have gone back, come back again and repaired everything. Thank you again and goodbye.